Shalom, shalom. This is you, Nick, with Awaken Israel. Today, I'm just gonna have like a little, I would say, vent, if that makes sense, or rant. Um, I ain't gonna be pulling scriptures today, but I'm gonna be saying some, or verbatim some, and I'm gonna find the title for this video. I'm gonna find one. But the point of this video is just think, think before you say no. So when it comes to keeping the laws, of Yahweh, I don't think people understand why he's actually put the law there. Because as I've been in this truth and, I go about my life, I tell people, I inform people, I tell them the law, but they say no, or, they have their random excuse which makes no sense to why they wouldn't keep the law and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, do you or bro, or he, she, do you not know that the Lord is trying to save you? Now that sounds very vague, but this is where it gets more in depth. So I'm gonna give y'all an example, right? So let's say you have thou shalt not kill, man. You know that law? Thou shalt not kill, right? Now, everyone would be like, okay, most people would be like, of course, that's the easy one. Thou shalt not kill, right? But that's not the meat behind the commandment. So most people on the earth already keep that thou shalt not kill, right? By default, you already kill it because you're not in a scenario where you have to unalive someone. But the point is, let's say you do end up doing that. What are the consequences that happens because you have performed that sin, or how does it affect a brother or sister? Okay, you unalive someone, that's the end of that. You committed the sin. The wage of sin is death. The Lord's going to catch up to you eventually on your sin. However, why does the Lord tell us not to do that sin? For example, now someone's missing. Now there's a mother or father, no, sorry, there's a mother or dad who's going to be crying themselves to sleep, not knowing why their son died or their daughter died for any reason, right? Any random reason or whatever happened to be causing someone to be unalived. And they're going to be mourning for a very long time because a relative has been lost to them. They'll never know the reason why. They're more than likely they'll just say he's been unalived and XYZ. But the meat behind it is, how does it affect them? You've literally just basically destroyed a part of someone's heart, and it's gonna cause turmoil within them. And there's another part. Say you've unalived someone, now it's like you've affected yourself. You've very much affected yourself because you've unalived someone, and how do I say this? You could almost get used to it. Like, it could be at a moment, oh man, let's say it was an accident or something. And then let's say another day, let's say someone annoys you, and now the thought in your head was, man, I've already done this before. The last one was accident, but this guy's actually annoying me, or this woman's actually annoying me. I'm actually going to do it. So you see the problem with sin? It's gonna bring you to somewhere where it's worse. So next time a man of the Lord comes up to you and tells you to keep the commandments, the Lord, listen, the Father ain't just telling him to tell you this for no reason. There's a purpose behind it. It's not, oh, just keep the Lord because for reference sake, God wants to be God. He just wants to control people. He has a purpose behind the law. It's not as just black and white as it may seem. Keeping the law is black and white in a sense, but there's a reason behind it. And let's give another example. Simple one. Pork. People be like, yo, it's just pork, man. It's just meat, bruh. Bro, you know how nasty pork is, bro. An animal that eats anything. If you had like any form of knowledge of this world or of the animal itself, you know that the Lord simply created that animal to be a trash can, a dumpster. And do you want to go eat that dumpster? And then people are like, I don't care, man. As long as it's seriously cooked well, then you know I'll be all right. Like I don't think people are getting the wisdom behind keeping the law. It's not just don't eat pork. It's going to affect you internally, externally. Like why would you want to put yourself at risk? The Lord is telling you to keep that commandment so you may live. He's telling you to keep that commandment because he knows eventually one day you might get a bad batch of pork and that's it, you're done. You're finished. You might get worms, XYZ. Like, no matter how well it was cooked, at the end of the day, there's still going to always be some bacteria on it. It's meat. Same thing goes with like shellfish and, you know, seafood. Like, the food laws in Deuteronomy chapter 14 and Leviticus chapter 11. And there's, you know, where you shouldn't eat pork in 2nd Maccabees chapter 6, 2nd Maccabees chapter 7 as well. Like, it's not just keeping it, there's always a purpose behind that. So next time anyone hears someone telling you to keep the commandments and you go up to them and you, before you even speak, just think for a moment, why is this person coming to tell me this? Because it's not them just wanna be a know-it-all, or you can see them wanting to help you, but you just I don't really think about it. Really think about it before you go out here rejecting the Lord, because you're not rejecting them at the end of the day, you're rejecting the Father and His Son. So, and so that's the example would be adultery, like sleeping with another person's spouse, like that in alone, that commandment alone, you should have the understanding of why you shouldn't do it. I understand that people have lustful moments, but to the extent where you perform that sin, I can't comprehend it, but you know, we all fall short somewhere. So the I'm just gonna do is now let's say a brother slept with another brother's wife. Now he's got a woman with another spirit on him. Their marriage isn't gonna be in turmoil because his woman's acting funny. Now you got a brother who doesn't know what's going on with his wife. Eventually he finds out, you know, the Lord will probably inform him, more than likely. And he's gonna be heartbroken for ages. And now, so both of them, you know, back in the olden days, they would have been stoned to death for committing this sin, you know, sleeping with another man's wife, and the woman and the man. And so after the action is done, the person on the receiving end, the other man who's basically got a wife who's basically sold herself out to lust or whatever the scenario was, he's gonna have like a onset negative mindset towards women. I was like, I can't trust these women. And now let's say the Lord does, give him a better wife after that. Even in that moment, how's that brother gonna feel, man? He has to put so much trust aside, issues, all of the memories he had of his previous wife behind. He'd be like, damn, shit, can I go through this shit again to trust another woman? I mean, I really like her, but damn, I can't be giving my heart out and someone just break it, I couldn't give me my time, my respect, all the way for it to just be thrown back at my face. But so people had just kept the commandments, it would have been, smooth. But so that was the last one. Just think before you do something, man. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. But all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And I hope this is somewhat edifying. And just think before you react, man. Shalom.